I have felt a bit stuck in my comfort zone, and I have had this urge to get out, get away. But the times of impulsive holiday bookings are over. I did want to use that tree as a tripod, but never mind. The Czechoslovakian Wolfdog is not the type of dog you can leave behind easily. They create a strong bond to their owner, and leaving them for longer periods of time can lead to mistrust. That's why owning a Czechoslovakian Wolfdog isn't just about having a dog. It's a lifestyle. Of course, they can be taken care of for a short period of time. However, it's best if the person taking care of them is someone the dog already know and trust. It can be a very difficult breed for someone who is not familiar with them. And if they don't have the right safety precautions, it could end really badly. It is a small dream of mine to travel with Lumi to the mountains. Scrolling through social media, it's easy to envy those who seem to effortlessly travel with their four-legged friends. But behind the dreamy posts are layers of planning and responsibility. It's no longer just about you. You're also caring for a companion who can't communicate their needs. I'm not even sure Lumi is the traveling kind of dog. She's very unsettled or stressed out when we visit friends and family. We have also been in a summer cottage for a few days with my family, where Lumi did not have a good time. So I have my doubts. Maybe she just finds home the best place to be. I decided to beat my overthinking brain and book us a holiday. Perhaps this is a small step towards something bigger.
This is it.
Reached a point in packing where I get super anxious, and that's when I'm starting to think things like, oh, do I need shorts? Do I need the extra pair of shorts? Do I need socks? Like, what if it's raining? What if I get soaked? All these kind of things, the what ifs. And I know in reality it's just silly, like I don't need all this stuff, and I do like to pack light, so it's a bit, do I bring more? Do I not? Do I gamble? We are near the ferry now. I think we're very early, but that's okay because I need to charge my phone. No, my mic. The first part of the trip took about an hour. I knew I had to recharge the bike's battery along the way, so we used the waiting time at the beach to stretch our legs and explore. When it was time to board the ferry, Lumi handled it incredibly well, despite the chaos of screaming kids, barking dogs, and all the noise surrounding us. When we arrived at the harbor, she flat out refused to walk down the ferry stairs and we had to squeeze into the smallest elevator I have ever seen.
Hello, me. I think we're right. How cute.
The terrain in this part of Denmark is no joke. The bike battery hadn't charged much, and I struggled getting us up the steep hills, but we made it. It's so cute in here. So we did arrive a few hours ago. Det er det. Jeg blev her, ikke? Blev her. Nej. Let's read. Hey! Lumi! In two. Night! Seriously? Lumi! It was hot.
Last night, Lumi woke up so many times and she was like, let's go outside. And I'm like, no, I'm tired. And it feels like when you bring a child to a theme park and they are just so excited that they can't sleep. And they wake you up super early because they're like, it's light outside, we gotta go. And yeah, I feel like she's super excited about the outdoors here because it is amazing. Yesterday was so stressful. I think at some point I reached almost a mental collapse where I was just so tired, and it's kind of weird because the things you think that will not go well goes well, and the things that you hadn't predicted happens. I think that's just life, and no matter how much you prepare for it, you just can't prepare for everything. We were at the ferry. We were waiting for the ferry, and there was this man who was really, really kind and sweet, but Lumi just decided that she didn't like him and she was scared of him, which is so unusual for her. I'd say 99% of the time she loves people, except kids and teenagers, but adults she has no problem with. But I think it was because he had a limp and he was walking slightly hunched, not much actually, but I think it was enough for her to feel like it was like a threatening body posture because he was also very tall. I had to check in, which was just like a little machine, and so I decided to tie her to the bicycle, and then I walked literally just 3 meters away from her, 4 meters away from her to check in, and she pulled the whole bicycle and made it like fall over. And I was just like, no. And there's so many people watching because there's like a queue, like a car queue of people waiting for the ferry. And I mean, she's done so many embarrassing things in front of people, so it's yes, you have. And so I'm like used to it, but I was just like, oh my god, because the bicycle is obviously the main transportation we have on this holiday, so like, oh, it cannot be broken. But instead of like panicking or something, I just checked in. I looked at the bicycle and I was like, I'm just gonna continue what I was doing. So I just checked in and then I went over, picked up the bicycle, which is super heavy. And yeah, grr. I am just hoping for the weather to be a bit better soon. Our plans have moved a little bit forward because just trying to avoid the worst rain. I'm just gonna save that pillow that she's eating. Bike ride here from the hotel to here was horrible. I was so scared. Like, there's no biking lane at all, so I had to like bike on the side of the road which is not uncommon in some places in Denmark. It was just with that big cargo bike, it felt very, very uncomfortable because the cars are coming past you with 70 kilometers an hour. I don't know what that is in miles. But that was really uncomfortable, especially when those like big trucks come past you. I was just holding on to dear life and just hoping there was no wind or Lumi would move around too much, because then the bike easily like swerves. So yeah, that terrified me. Look how big this tree has been. That is huge. Lumi, come here. Have a. Yeah. Just in comparison. Wow. It's huge. Oh, okay. I don't know if I caught it on camera or not, but while I was looking away, Lumi rolled in poop. So I just had to give her a kind of quick outdoor shower. The truth is, I knew that there was a possibility that this would happen, so the shampoo I brought with me was basically for her and me, but I just knew it would happen.
Despite the first day's stress, the second day of rain, Lumi damaging the bike, stealing my food, and rolling in poop, we still managed to have a great time surrounded by nature. The last day I spent packing and cleaning. We then went on our way home in stormy, rainy weather. Not the ending I had hoped for. The trip wasn't perfect, but we have to remember adventures rarely are. They're messy, unpredictable, and full of challenges, just like life with a Czechoslovakian Wolfdog. Some might say it's a result of poor training, and in some ways they're right. There's always room for improvement. But at the heart of it, this breed is always opportunistic. They're guided by instincts, curiosity, and a wilderness that no amount of training will ever fully tame. And maybe that's the point. Lumi doesn't fit neatly into a box, and neither do I. Life at Lumi isn't about perfection. It's about embracing the chaos, finding beauty in the struggle, and learning how to grow together.
So scared. No, don't take my breakfast. I got stung by a mosquito.